It's hard to find anyone who has not been a victim of theft. Yet despite the nightly news reports and the stories of those who are victims of theft, most people think that when it comes to stealing, that's something that other people do, something other people are guilty of doing. However, God's definition of stealing is quite a bit broader than what most people would consider. What does the word steal mean? The word steal is commonly defined as a verb to take another person's property without permission or legal right, and without intending to return it. 2, to dishonestly pass off another person's ideas as one's own. Or 3, take the opportunity to give or share a kiss when it's not expected or when people are not watching. The 7th commandment focuses on the first 2 definitions. What does God say about stealing? The 7th commandment reads like this: "You shall not steal." The word steal in this verse is the Hebrew word ganav, which is used 39 times in the Old Testament. The Hebrew word is used in the following ways: to thieve, literal or figurative; by implication, to deceive, carry away. Additionally, it communicates to secretly bring, or steal away, or get by stealth. The Greek word that has that same meaning is the word klepto. Let's think about stealing in a familiar setting: school. Pat and Chris are classmates, and their teacher is handing out an assignment for them to work on in groups. Let's listen in on their conversation and consider how the 7th commandment applies to this situation.
Okay, class. You all have been assigned groups for the project. You will have 2 weeks to complete your work and will be awarded a group grade. Remember, no one's work is done until everyone's work is done. Great weekend. Thanks for the great opportunity to work with this small group. I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks, Pat. I look forward to seeing your group's project. Yeah, so do I.
All right, what are you up to?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Forced gratitude and politeness? The only time you talk to teachers is to say one of 3 things. What? Could you repeat the question? Or my favorite from Spanish class, no sé.
Could you give me some credit? I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm dedicating myself to a higher learning standard. I'm stoked about my small group.
Everyone was assigned a small group, so what's the big deal?
Did you see the League of Eggheads I joined? Larry is like Einstein without the social skills. Janet is probably going to graduate this year. And Nina, the foreign exchange student, speaks 5 languages.
Yeah, and you barely speak 1. What's your point?
The point, my clueless friend, is that I will breeze through this group project without doing a thing. These nerds are going to need a weightlifting belt to carry me.
You can't do that. That's unfair to the rest of the group.
You seem to forget. I'm not thinking of the rest of the group. Besides, do you think that collection of brainiac doofuses are going to let a lazy mutt like me ruin their straight A's?
But the teacher will find out.
It's a group grade. And besides, you think the teacher doesn't know I'm not a rocket surgeon? He'll probably be thankful if some of Larry's smart sweat rubs off on me.
Look, I'll admit you've got a pretty sweet small group. But think of the fairness factor. You're basically stealing a grade.
How am I doing that? All I'm doing is letting other people do the work, and I take credit for it.
Thank you, Mr. Dictionary. You've just proved my point.
Come again?
Stealing is not just about money or possessions. It's also about honoring the effort it took to earn the money or the possessions. In your case, you wouldn't be doing any of the work, but you'd be taking a great grade for it, a grade you really don't deserve. That grade and credit isn't yours. It's for the people who actually did the work.
Why do you have to rain on my parade?
God would want you to honor the gifts and efforts of your group by working with them, not taking advantage of them.
Are you sure God wouldn't want me to sleep through my group meetings, then put my name on the project at the end?
I'm pretty sure. But look at it this way. Maybe Nina could teach you a little Spanish along the way.
No say.
We are commanded not to steal. So what? What does this mean in a world where even the brightest students cheat on tests, while overprotective parents pressure teachers to give their children better grades, cheating their children out of opportunities to learn and grow through their mistakes and failures? What does it mean in a culture where gambling is gaming, shoplifting is rampant, and everybody is either looking for a quick fix or thinking the world owes them a living? We are commanded to fear and love God, so that we don't take anyone's money or property or get them in any dishonest way. Instead, we are to help them improve and protect their property and means of making a living. So now what?